This is the major assignment 2 tutorial for Mat 144. The instructions for this are very well laid out. So the purpose of this assignment is to come up with a theoretical outreach program, such as feeding homeless people or something of that nature. So students need to come up with that part on their own, and then they, from that and the research that they do, are going to come up with some budget items here. So there's 4 categories. There's personnel costs. That's not personal, it's personnel. That means people you're paying. Read the descriptions here. Administrative outreach program. The students need to come up with the items here. So for example, program costs, they need chairs and they need 12 of them and they cost $2 each. They need to set these up so that the total cost is equal to the cost per item times the quantity needed. So whatever they need to do to make that work, then make it happen. And then the subtotal should be the sum of all the ones in the column. If a student hasn't set this part up before they're working with you, you can have them input some temporary values, because when they go and update those values, the rest of their calculations will automatically update because they're all done with cell references. So you're going to pull over the subtotals over here by doing, let's say, program costs equals, grab the subtotal from program costs. So if that was 12, then there's your 12. Okay, get the budget total. So let me just throw a couple numbers in here. Okay, so this would be the sum of all of these costs. Percentage of total is equal to, percentage is just part divided by the total. Do that. We'll go ahead and do this as a static reference. Copy that down. Okay, and we can format that as a percentage. There you go, percentage of total. Okay, budget cost projection. I need to go enter my name really quick right here. Okay, if your month number is 4, they're all going to be 4 the year. Just going to iterate like this. So what students need to do is they need to go to this website and get the CPI values for the given year and month and list those out here. I went ahead and generated myself some fake CPI values. I'm going to go here and get the slope. So it's asking for the y's first. That's the CPI value, and the year is the x because it is the independent variable, as time often is. Intercept here, CPI value, and the year. All right, is your slope and intercept. And now, okay, it says project your budget to 5 years in the future. Okay, this is a little bit up to interpretation. Is it, is it 5 years from this date or 5 years from the current day, which right now is 2023? Doesn't really matter as long as you're consistent. So I'm going to say 5 years from current, which put this at 2028. Projected CPI for that year. You're going to use the slope and the intercept, and y equals mx plus b. So my y would then be, my x would be this year right here. So I'm going to take the slope times the year plus the intercept, and there's my projected CPI. The inflation rate is going to be equal to 1 minus the new CPI divided by the old CPI. That'll give you the percent. Whoops, I did that backwards. 1 minus the, new CPI divided by the old minus 1. There we go. So there's your percent increase, 34% increase. And then you're going to use that to project the budget out. So I'm going to go grab our current budget, which is right here, a budget total of $47. It'll be much larger in your case. Then to project that, you're going to take your budget total and add that to your budget times the inflation rate. So that second portion gives you the added inflation. So it's inflated to $63. The number of people the project will assist is determined by the student based on their project plan. So let's say that this helps 4 people. Then the cost per person is just the total projected cost divided by the number of people the project assists. From here on out, and in this next tab we'll go over in a minute, everything is going to be based on this budget projection, not based on your budget total. So basically you need to plan for what everything's going to cost 5 years in the future.